Damn, should I film like this? It looks freaking ridiculous. Like, how do you pull this outfit off? Like, I'm such a tomboy. How do you pull this off? Oh, are you gonna ask me what I'm eating? Well, today I'm eating a F-bomb. It's salted chocolate macadamia. It's great. No artificial ingredients. Get yours today for 0% off with my code Livin with Lynn. Please sponsor me. I'm just kidding. Hey, what's up? Ew, what is this? What in the hell is this? Oh, God. Hey, what's up, you guys? Oh my God, I probably shouldn't do that. Let's do this again. Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. First things first, I want to say thank you so much for being here and spending your time with me. I hope you're not wasting it because that will make me cry. In today's episode, I am going to go over 5 main things I wish I knew before I started keto. I have a notepad here because I'm not about to not go in order, I guess you can say. The reason why I'm creating this video is because a lot of my peers and a lot of my colleagues and friends know that I've been on keto for about a year now. I am officially 24 pounds down and I'm super proud of myself. Quick shout out to my long distance buddy. Her name is Ali. She was actually the one who inspired me and motivated me to join the keto community. I still give her credit until today because honestly, when she started doing keto, I was a little skeptical about it. I mean, as in like, really, you're gonna drop like 10 pounds within a week? I don't know about that. But when I started seeing her progress and she like kept herself on track, I was truly inspired by her. And backstory of myself, I always had trouble losing weight growing up. Before I started keto, I was actually, you know, doing macros. I was doing a lot of like weightlifting, probably be at the gym for like 2 hours. By all means, do not get me wrong, I truly love powerlifting, weightlifting, Olympic lifting. I freaking love it. My own journey, I feel more accomplished when I lose weight and I feel light, if that makes sense. I mean, when growing up, it's just I always had a hard time losing weight. Like in high school, I could never go under 148 for some reason. And when I first started keto, I was 162. It's not a huge jump. However, to me, I'm very proud of myself that I was very consistent, let alone I hit my 1 year. July 22nd was my keto-versary. I'm really proud of myself. So that was the backstory of me being on keto and why I joined keto. In order to get results for me, I'm gonna keep saying this, for me. This entire video is my journey and my experience, and that's why I'm speaking about it, because I tend to get a lot of messages from my friends on Instagram and Facebook asking me, hey Lynn, like how did you start off on keto? Like, do you have any advice? Like, what are things that I should be aware about? So you know what, I decided to, you know, record a video and talk about basically the 5 main things I wish I knew before starting keto. All right, let's get to it. Number 1, keto is extremely diverse and very creative. Now, the beauty about being on the keto diet or the keto lifestyle, I usually tend to say keto lifestyle because it is a lifestyle. It's not a diet to me. It's really diverse and creative because there's multiple ways to be on keto. That's one thing a lot of people need to understand. Even if you're in the keto community, you need to understand what works for you may not work for another person. Like for instance, I'm going to be honest, there's days I want to cheat. I'm going to cheat. I'm gonna have cheat days, and that's freaking okay. Like, why does it matter to you so much? And the funny thing is, I recently joined a keto community on Facebook, and the administrators of that group page was giving a lot of warnings, like, you know, you're going to meet a lot of keto Karens. And I was like, no, I mean, I think this community understands somewhat that it's a diverse lifestyle, it's a diverse diet, that you do what's best for you, you do what makes you happy. Now, I posted, I can't recall, but I think it was last week, I posted something about me grilling this piece of meat instead of frying it, and she got like really offended, like, why would you fry it? It's like, that's so bad, it's unhealthy for you. And I'm like, what do you mean it's unhealthy? Like, you can fry anything on keto, like you fry eggs. I was so confused, and she was just like going off on a tangent. And then there's a couple of times where I've noticed that it's not on my comments, like not on my post, but on comments on my peers in the keto community, saying like, that's not keto, that's not healthy, blah blah blah. First things first, there's lazy keto and there's clean keto. If you want to do lazy keto and you get freaking results, who freaking cares? You know, if you want to do clean keto, by all means do clean keto. The number one thing I've noticed, wish I also knew beforehand, is like, when I first started keto, I didn't know that you could do so many things on keto. You can be so creative, and food doesn't have to be so bland. When I first started on keto, my food was freaking bland. I mean, as in bacon, eggs, and avocado every single day. But I didn't mind it. I really didn't mind it. But then when I started I started to understand keto and learning more about it, and then I started expanding my network on the keto community, I learned so freaking much. I found out so many different recipes, so many different inspirations, especially when you join that keto community and you find the group of people who think just like you. It's amazing. It's like you understand each other. That makes sense. That always feels good when you understand each other. All right, number 2, going out can get kind of hectic. What I mean by this is, when you're trying to go out with friends, what I've noticed for myself is I get a little, not anxious, I panic when my friends or my peers decide like, hey Lynn, let's go out here, and then like we should hang out, we should catch up on life, blah blah blah. The first thing I do is, where are we going to eat? You know, I need to figure out where we're going to eat first, because I need to see the menu. That's why I'm not fond of last minute plans, because I don't have time to look at the menu. But if I've been to that restaurant, not an issue. For instance, like Yard House, I can just have a burger, a side of broccoli, no bun, no sauce, you know, I can do that. But if we were to go somewhere where I haven't been before, or I don't know the menu, it's a little more difficult. When my friends would say, hey, let's go out to eat at Cheesecake, but honestly, when I think about it, all I can technically eat is like a salad, and then maybe like a grilled piece of salmon, but that's it. And I'm gonna be honest, at times I don't want a damn salad. I don't want a salad. You know, you have to plan ahead of time. You can't just do a last minute, unless, you know, you end up just getting fast food with your friends. That's perfectly fine. There's options out there. It's just when you're trying to go out with friends, you're definitely going to have to plan ahead of time. All right, number 3, the throne. And what I mean as the throne is your toilet time, your private time, your me time, if that makes sense. If you're still not understanding what the hell I'm talking about as the throne and me time, it's when you go number 2. The thing I wish I knew about keto is the number 2 aspect. When you're trying to get into the lifestyle, you're new to the diet, going to the restroom is so uncomfortable. I mean, as in, I'm not trying to scare anyone, but this was my experience. I'm gonna keep saying this disclaimer, this was my experience, but going to the bathroom was extremely uncomfortable. I mean, as in, like, there were days where I would just sit on the toilet and I'm crying because I cannot go comfortably. That kind of speaks for itself. It's something that you probably might deal with, maybe not. It's different per person, but for me, what I ended up doing is I bought psyllium husk pills or supplements from Amazon, and I started taking that as a source of fiber. I remember texting Ali, I'm like, oh my god, like, I'm having a really hard time in the bathroom, like, what do I do? She told me, like, you know, you probably need to increase your fiber, blah blah blah. Suggest the psyllium husk. You can buy a huge bottle on Amazon. I'm not sponsored by Amazon, I wish I was, but here we are. All right, number 4. So number 4 is my ultimate favorite, because I never knew I'd be taking so much of this. So number 4 is, I wish I knew that I would be eating, drinking so much butter. I mean, as in, like, I go through butter like crazy. I'm at Costco every 2 weeks and I buy 2 packs of the Kerrygold grass-fed butter. The way I drink this, or eat or ingest or whatever, what have you, the way it goes in your body. The way I take butter is I put it in my keto coffee. I have it every single morning. The reason why I have butter in the morning or my keto coffee is because so I can have a good start of high fat in my diet starting off in the morning. And first, it gives you energy. It tastes delicious, by the way. For me, I get 55 grams of fat already within one sitting for my keto coffee, and it keeps me full for almost for 4 hours, I have to say, sometimes 5 hours. That's one thing I wish I knew, that I was gonna fall in love with butter. I cook my eggs in it, like etc. I can do anything I want with butter, but my main go-to is my keto coffee in the morning. Last but not least, not my favorite, that's why I saved it for last. Every single keto person is going to hit this one, and this is definitely something you cannot skip on the keto lifestyle or keto diet. It is the keto flu. Now, the only difference that would probably be for me versus you if you start doing keto is maybe the way we react to it is going to be different, but I'm going to talk about what type of hell I went through on the keto flu. Now, what the keto flu is when you start to hit ketosis, or if you're in ketosis. When you're in ketosis, your body has finally adjusted and your body is still in shock, like, what in the hell did you do to me? You know, your body's going to be like, okay B, like, you need to chill. Where are them carbs? Where is my rice? Your body is going to be like, what the hell did you do to me? When I hit the keto flu, I was not fond of it. I still recall exactly how I felt, because I remember I cried again. I was crying because I was so uncomfortable. The first thing I started noticing is my nausea. And when you get nauseous, you get freaking nauseous. I remember sitting up on my bed and I was just like sitting there, like maybe if I sit up, I could probably get more comfortable. And this was towards the nighttime when I was trying to go to damn bed. I was so tired. I was so freaking tired. So I sat up and it's just like, I was still really nauseous. Like, I didn't know what to do. The way I felt is like my world was spinning. If I started to think about food, my stomach starts to turn. So that was one huge thing for me. The first part of the keto flu is being nauseous. Second one is fatigue. Oh my gosh, mind you, at this time when I started keto, I was still a Starbucks partner. I was so freaking tired. I couldn't focus even though I tried my best. And also, for all the Starbucks partners, you guys know how crazy it gets in the morning, especially like when it's past 6 a.m. when every single person is trying to get their coffee. That store gets crazy. It was hard to focus. So that is another aspect of keto flu that I had to go through. The next one is, oh my goodness, people say, a lot of the keto community say headaches. I didn't get a headache, I got a migraine. And what sucks is I got it during work. When I was at work, I remember I started getting sensitive to the lights in the store and also the sounds. When you aerate the coffee, that steaming sound, that started to like become 10 times louder. When someone opens the door and I see that glare and it hits my eyes, automatically it feels like someone just like, someone freaking punched my brain. I became so sensitive to the light, so sensitive to sound. I'm a trooper. I stayed my entire shift, but I just kept communicating to her like, I don't feel good. I really do not feel good. I have a migraine. And when I got home, I remember I went straight to bed. When I woke up, I still was getting a migraine. And so I was getting really nervous about this. Like, what I ended up doing was I started doing research on like, okay, migraines on keto flu or in ketosis, like what do I do? Shout out to one of my favorite keto YouTubers. His name is Tom. He's been in the game for like a long time. He has so much advice. He's all about clean keto. He does scientific facts, like, you know, he always backs up his statements. So he's a really good resource for anyone that's new to keto. So with him, he started talking about how when you're on keto, you lack magnesium and potassium because of the diet itself. I cannot recall why, but I know that we lack magnesium and potassium, and that's why electrolytes is extremely important when you're on the diet. After that, when I found out that he was mentioning that we need to have magnesium and potassium, what I did is I ended up going on Amazon again and I bought magnesium supplements. And At first I was, once again, I'm telling you, I was really skeptical on a lot of these things. I'm that type of person who starts to think, okay, I'm just psyching myself out. The reason why it's working is because I'm thinking that way, or the reason why it's not working is because I'm assuming and I'm thinking that this is just a scam. I was on the magnesium supplements for quite a while. I remember I had that migraine, I have to say maybe 3 days straight. So I took that magnesium supplements for almost a week, and I started noticing that my migraines were reducing and it was making more sense. Also, I started incorporating Himalayan salt into my keto coffee, and with those two combined, it really helped my migraines like chill the hell out. That's pretty much it. That's why it was a little longer for me to talk about, because I truly did not like the keto flu. I always warn someone, when you get on keto, the keto flu will hit you. It doesn't matter who you are, what kind of keto you're doing. When you are about to hit ketosis, you are going to go through keto flu. Yeah, those are the main things that I wish I knew before I started keto. That's why I saved keto flu for last, because I truly did not enjoy that ride on keto flu train. That's a huge warning to anyone that's about to start keto. Do not be afraid. Like, don't be afraid. Like, I'm okay, keto community is okay, Ali's okay. You just have to pass that hump because your body is getting used to being in ketosis. But other than that, that concludes my video. If you guys enjoyed this, by all means, let me know if you would like me to do more keto videos, or if you have any suggestions, I will consider it. So I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. But don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. All right, y'all. Bye.